Hey guys, Mike Webb here, going to tell you a little bit about sudden oak death. Sudden oak death was first discovered in 1995. It has become a serious problem in Northern California and Oregon. The pathogen is currently killing tan oaks, coast live oaks, and California black oaks in these western states and threatens a good amount of the oak forest in the eastern United States. The name sudden death is somewhat an anomaly as trees often die over a period of years. The disease causes severe girdling cankers on the main stem and large branches. The pathogen is known to infect hundreds of plant species, most of which show no obvious symptoms. The causal agent for this is a fungus-like organism also known as water mold. The origin is unknown. The main host for sudden oak death is all oak species that can be severely infected by this pathogen. In the east, red oaks are most susceptible. The pathogen can infect and survive in other woody and herbaceous plants, many of which show few symptoms. Some of the symptoms for sudden oak death on oaks are cankers that develop in the inner bark and outer sapwood. These cankers rapidly expand to girdle infected trees, cutting off the tree's supply of water and nutrients. Black or reddish ooze is often observed from the stem cankers. Bleeding cankers will stain the surface of the bark. This ooze may be difficult to see if it has dried or been washed off by rain, but the dark staining will remain. Black fungal lines may be visible in the sapwood beneath the cankers, especially in trees that have already deceased. Leaves will then turn from green to pale yellow to brown within a few weeks of the girdling. Crown dieback begins in the upper branches shortly thereafter. Infected trees may survive for 1 to several years. The disease cycle for sudden oak death is when the spores rarely produce on the trees with cankers. Instead, it appears that most inoculum for the disease is produced from leaf infections on hosts other than oak. Therefore, although infections in foliar hosts do not often result in severe disease, inoculum from these plants is responsible for infecting and killing oak trees. The importance level of sudden oak death is high. It is a serious threat to eastern oak forest. The implication of the disease being introduced are unknown. Several nurseries in the state of North Carolina have tested positive for the disease, but outside of these nurseries, the pathogen has not been detected on plants outside of nurseries in North Carolina as of 2011. There are no known cures or preventative measures for sudden oak death. Large-scale eradication of susceptible hosts in areas where the disease occurs has only been partially successful in slowing the spread. The main thing you can do to help avoid sudden oak death is purchase plants from local sources when possible. Do not purchase or plant diseased or unhealthy plants. Report any sudden cases of sudden oak death to the NCFS Forest Health staff immediately. The timeline for sudden oak death is relatively unknown. Foliar symptoms will only be observed during the growing season. That's the sudden oak death. Thanks for listening.